Hi, I'm Bonnie Barker with Bonnie Bay Crochet, and I want to demonstrate for you today the woven stitch. I'm starting out with an even number of single crochets, I'm using this as a foundation row. For our demonstration, I chained 15 and I have exactly 14 single crochets across. Okay, I've come to the end of, I guess you could call my foundation row, and before I begin the woven stitch, I'm going to chain 2 at the end of the previous row. Then I'm going to turn. You're going to need to use this stitch with an even number of stitches so that everything comes out at the same stitch count. What I'm going to do is I'm going to begin the stitch in, not the first, but in the second stitch of the row. Begin by looping over, putting the hook through both loops, pull up a stitch. Now I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to pull it under one loop and then yarn over again and then pull it through 2 loops. Now I'm only halfway through with this stitch. I'm going to loop it over again, put it in to the same stitch, pull up another loop. I'm not going to loop over the hook. Instead, I'm just going to pull through the 2 loops on the hook like that. And you get a stitch that looks like this. And when you work this stitch, you're going to want to work it in every other single crochet or double crochet or whatever stitch you're working in as a foundation row. Let's do that again. Yarn over. I'm going to skip the next stitch, go into the next one, yarn in, loop up, pull it through 1 loop, yarn over, pull it through 2. That's halfway done. Yarn over, draw up another loop, and then bring it through 2 loops. Okay, we're done. Now we're going to start the next stitch. Again, going to skip the next single crochet, and then we're going to go through both loops of the second one. Yarn over, pull up a loop, bring it through a loop, yarn over, bring it through 2 loops. Yarn over, put it in the same stitch, pull up a loop, bring it through 2 loops. Okay, let's do that across the row. Pull it through 1, yarn over, pull it through 2. It is a little bit of an awkward thing at first, but once you get used to it, the muscle memory kicks in, hopefully, and be able to finish it up across the row. Okay. Do that again, yarn over. Remember, we're going to skip this switch. Pull up a loop, pull it through 1, yarn over, pull it through 2, yarn over, pull them up. Now we have 2 stitches left, so we're going to skip this one as usual, and we're going to work in the last stitch. We're not going to work in the turning chain. Okay, now when we do, we're at the end of the row, so now we're going to chain 2 for this stitch. Okay, then we're going to turn our work around. Now we don't have to worry about skipping stitches because, as you see, we're going to work in the hole here, which is the space in between the stitches, and there are only half as many of those as there were single crochets of our foundation row. So let's go ahead and begin this row. Yarn over, pull up a loop just like we were doing on the other, pull it through 1, yarn over, pull it through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through the 2 loops. And this kind of gives it a nice, kind of a nice change from your usual single crochet, double crochet. Gives it kind of a nice airy stitch too. Okay, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull it through the 1, yarn over, pull it through 2. Okay, so that should give you an idea. That's all you do. It's the same thing all the way across. Okay, we're almost done with this row. I'll try to slow these last 2 down because I know I can get carried away. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn through the only 1 loop, yarn over, and then pull through 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull it through 2. Now for the last stitch, it's going to be worked where the chain 2 was that we started with. Yarn over, put it in the chain 2. Now let me do that again. Like when I say put it in the chain 2, go ahead and put it inside the hole right there. Don't try to put all these stitches in one little section of the chain 2, but just go ahead and put it in the hole created by the chain 2 and that first woven stitch. Okay. Now we're going to chain 2 to turn. Okay. So you can do as many rows as you would like of this. I'm only going to do 2 for the demonstration because I want to show you how to discontinue this and return you to your original stitch count. All you need to do is work 2 single crochets in each space, like here and here. That's between the woven stitch. I'll go ahead and do that for you. That's 1 single crochet. So just 2 single crochets in each space, and you will get your spacing back that you need for your, for even stitching across. And it will also return you to the exact same stitch count. And then you want to work 2 single crochets in the hole here created by the chain 2. Okay, then we can chain 1 to turn or whatever else we want to do. So that is the woven stitch. Okay, and I'll show you the back again. And the nice thing about this stitch is it doesn't have a front side or back side like some other cabling stitches do. It doesn't really matter. Okay, happy crocheting.